Hello, good evening. This is Bull of Bosphorus again. Welcome at this flight TK2853. We are gonna flying today from Ordu Giresun airport to Istanbul. Good evening, all persons. And before we do, we're checking always the flight plan on Turkish Airlines website. So we're gonna do that. As you can see, TK2853 departing from Ordu Giresun Airport to Istanbul Ataturk. We have got 144 passengers on board, and which the zero fuel weight will be 65.43. And this is the route we're gonna use, departing via Terme, standard instrument departure route, and the arrival route will be Pazar to Istanbul. As you can see, we're looking up the map. We can see we're taking off to the west, heading 270 from Giresun, and then flying over Samsun, Kastamonu, which is IMB, the Istanbul of VOR, and then flying over Amasra, the Black Sea. We're passing Zonguldak and then directly to Pazar intersection, and then I think we're gonna make arrival to runway 05, but it can be runway 35 right, because the wind, if you look at Istanbul at the arrival airport, the wind is with 13 knots coming from the north. So we will see what if we got some ATC and they give us some instructions for the landing. And the trip will take 1 hour and 90 minutes, and so that's all what we need before we get in the airplane. So we're gonna set on the full screen. Hello flight deck, hello sir, welcome on board. And my runway, hey, what's up guy, everything okay? Loving the way you're coming and check out my channel, sir, thank you all. This is the airport and we are at the flight deck. So we're gonna do some preparing before we go. And we also set on 122.80 on the Unicom. We are also online at the Ivao, and the flight plan already sent it with squawk code 3612. For the last time checking again if there is ATC, nothing to see, so we're gonna using by text message. The wind is calm at the departure aerodrome, so we're gonna set firstly the emergency exit lights turning on and the checklist. Before start checklist, all doors and windows are closed and fuel pumps on, so we're gonna set that on. And hydraulic panel as required, we don't need that yet. And MCP speeds, we're gonna set that after setting the FMC. Takeoff speeds also, and the CDU pre-flight, rudder and aileron trims checking again. But firstly we're gonna check in the FMC. Origin airport code was LTCB. If you remember the last flight, we did flight from Istanbul to this airport, Ordu Giresun airport, where we got some problems at the landing because the FMC was not up to date. So we got some problems at the landing, but now I have updated the FMC. So as you can see, the FMC is recognizing the departing LTB CB airport, as you can see, and the destination airport will be Istanbul. So guys, we're gonna set that to LTBA. Doing LTBA, filling that in, and the flight number is TK2853. We filled it here in this right panel, and the runway we're gonna take off. Let's do 29 heading to west. Not on database. What's the problem? Maybe runway 28. Yes, that was the problem. So, firstly, we're gonna check the points where we're gonna fly. I forgot to set that. Firstly, Terme, as you can see here, Terme, and then UY, UW, and then 71, filling in Terme, and then UW71 via the way, and then we UL852, invalid entry. That's another problem. So we're gonna use CRM, and that's Çorum. Fly above Çorum if that's okay. Yeah, we will do that. And then after that, I hope it will take this. Looking to IMB and then UW702. After Inebolu, using IW702, and then flying to Pazar 02. We set it via, yes, it's accepting, and then via Pazar, that's the last point, we activate it, and going to performance unit, setting the zero fuel weight, which is 65.4, and the reserve fuel will be, let's have a look, I think 2000 feet, 2200 kilograms, so we do 2.2 of fuel using. The cost index will be 50. And we're flying at flight level 200, 320, and executing, go to the power limits. Let's have a look to the chat. Flight DimSec looks like a good trip. Thank you, sir. I hope it will a good trip for tonight. And my runway says again, there you let the FMC make the departure route and the arrival route. Hello from Germany. Hello Germany, guten Tag and guten Abend. Wir haben Flucht Nummer 2, 8, 5 und 3. I hope I say it good, and if you're looking, please correct me. Take off, and the power I will set it to 95%. So I'm gonna setting the select OAT power. Let's try 40. Set it to 40. No, that's at 92.1. So that's not what we want. So we're gonna try 30. It's going up. Trying 20. Yes, that's good. 95.2. It's already in the place that we want. And selecting the climb power, and after takeoff using that and the flaps, we will use flap 5. and the trim 4.64. Selecting the V1 and rotating in the V2 speeds, which V2 speed will 145 knots, and we're adding 50 knots there above, so it's 160 what we're gonna selecting on the speed selector. Climbing rate, I want that we're gonna climb below 10,000 feet with 240 knots. So selecting that and executing. The cruise altitude, the speed is 0.778, and at the descending I want 280 knots. So I'm gonna selecting that 280 knots, executing. So this is all okay. And the departure will be at runway 28. We actually selected that, and I'm using MLA 1 Alpha standard departure. So I hear something around me, so let's look what's there. Looking from the outside. Oh, there is an airplane from Virgin Air. Hello, Virgin Air. I don't think he is that we're gonna flying online here, but he is going, and he don't use his lights. I hope it's going very well for him and for other traffic. So I know Mr. Flight Deck, I'm speaking 3 or 4 languages. My runway, I'll come later again. Bye. See you next time, Captain, and see you again. Mr. Flight Deck, I'm speaking 3-4 languages, which is English, Turkish, a little bit German, and Dutch. If you know Dutch, you can talk with me Dutch or English or Turkish if you know. So, what did we do last time? Oh yeah, checking the FMC. The runway was selected, and checking the leg page after MLAT to Terme, executing that. And I'm selecting the for surely 05 ILS 05 at Istanbul approach at Pazar 1 Alpha. We selecting that and execute it. Going again to leg page, and the CI05 getting replaced by Vector and executing. Yeah, it's executed, and this is the page, the last page, which will be for if we go make a go around. We have to use this, but I don't hope that we're gonna do that. Yeah. Okay. So that's enough fun, and let's go. I think to the MCP, checking around. I think that's okay. So selecting 280, which is for the course, and selecting the FPV and the meters selected. Also the traffic set on. Oh yeah, we have to check for the QNH. The QNH is 1028, and the temperature is 9 degrees. I see at the Ivao the wind is coming at from the south at 3 knots, so that is not a problem for which heading you gonna use, to the west or to the east. That's not a problem. I think I make a little mistake. I won't fly into heading 090, so I can better use runway 10. So I'm gonna change that to MLA 1 Bravo runway 10 departure, so we can directly fly into heading to east. So I'm selecting that. Takeoff speeds deleted, so we're gonna check that again. Firstly, the page, leg page, selecting Terma and sitting back to here. And the speed is also changed, so we have to set that back. That's set. think I'm drunk tonight. I make a little bit mistakes. I don't have drink any alcohol tonight, but the first one what I did was also good, so the second one is fault, so we're gonna change that again. It goes very well tonight. Selecting also this and setting back to Therma again, executing. Setting back the speeds. I hope this is okay. If you look to the page, you can see direct takeoff, and that's okay. Hello my friends, Yasmin, very nice video again. Bill, good job, thank you Yasmin, and thanks for watching. I hope you give a big like for me, thank you. And the Yota tube, what is the meal of the day? I don't know, maybe McDonald's or some Turkish meal, I don't know, but we're gonna see what we're gonna eat. But Turkish Airlines always #1 with giving some good meal. And the flight sim deck says 4 languages is impressive. I only know English, tiny amount of Farsi and Spanish. Yeah, that's more language you think. So thank you. And on board, yes, everything is set, Captain. So we're gonna selecting the speed to 10160 and heading, which was to the west. So we're gonna select it to left to around 280, and we're gonna making a departure at climbing 9,000 feet, but selecting some knobs on the co-pilot seat. Terrain, selecting the airport, and what did I say that the QNH was 1028. So we're gonna immediately filling in 1028. Set and checked. So guys, sorry if I give some late reaction on the chat, because I'm a little bit busy on my flight deck. I see that Cosista PMDG 737, yes sir, it's PMDG 737. I hope you like it and learn from something from my flights. If you need that, you can check, and I'm always happy if I can help you. And the Yota tube, what is manti? Mante, that's a Turkish meal. And if you know what mante is, it's oh my god, that is very good to eat, mante. So you have eat some mante, go to Turkey and eat some mante. That's very lekker. So Captain, I think we have done already everything, so we're gonna setting our logo lights turning on and steady lights, but the anti-collision lights we let it off, and turning on the wing lights and the wheel lights. We also setting the fuel pumps is already set, yes. Setting the seatbelt sign to auto and attending the passengers and the crew on board. And setting the heat on, left and right pack turned off. So we're actually ready to start up. Everybody is agree with that, so we're gonna start the flight. Okay. We're sending some text message from Ivao that we're gonna start up and push back. Traffic. Push back and start up at LTCB. Yes, that's all. So we're gonna start it. But before we start, we have to check the parking brake is set and turning on the anti-collision light. And so we're gonna start it up now. Firstly, we begin with number 1, engine left. As you can see, the engine, left engine, will be start. So we're gonna click on the engine at 26, around 26. We're gonna start it up. Yep, we're gonna set this on, and then releasing the parking brake. Pushing back. As you can hear, the cabin crew will give some information. Listen to her instructions. So we turn it up, starting turn, because it's a short on the blocks. So we're gonna turn it. We can start number 2. So we turn it up to ground and waiting to start up number 2. Hello sir, registration number, the TK2853. I hope that's what you mean. Or I have to stop now and looking around. What do you mean? So we're starting first number 2. I set it to parking brake. I'll check her out from outside, sir. Just a moment. I hope this is what you mean. TCGHE. This is the number. What do you have to know? It's a little bit dark here. I'm gonna selecting some lights, turn it on to enter it. So let's have a look. Yes, the TCGHE. Thanks. Also, I hope you're happy to see that, and let's do the checklist before we're gonna taxiing. Looking around, but firstly I'm setting to RTO and flaps 5 and setting up the trim settings. What was we gonna use? 4.6. So we're gonna use 4.6. Using 4.6. So I think that's okay. Okay. Setting this on. Electric 2 and 1 setting on. Checked, and start levers to continuous left and right, and we're setting the taxi lights turning on. So we are ready for taxi, and releasing the parking brakes, and there we go. Let's go to the party. A little bit power, and make sure you are not exceeding the 40% engine thrust limits, because it's very powerful, the engines. And you can hear some baby crying in the airplane if you listen good. That's amazing, cool and nice sound added on the flight data recorder of Turkish Airlines. So I'm asking to people who want to fly for Turkish Airlines, go to the page Turkish Airlines virtualaviation.com and join the club. There are a little bit pilots, and it's great to fly here at this company. I have to look good around for another traffic because I saw the last time a plane here from Virgin Atlantic or the Virgin. I hope he is not on the runway, but staying here at the holding point and then setting the parking brakes. And looking to the right if he can see him on the runway. He's not on the runway. I think he is gone already. Yes, he's not on the runway. And again, now what we have to do, Cemre Farches, hey Falcon, it's me, Cemre. Hello Cemre, welcome on board. I hope you enjoy this flight. And is this the Star Alliance or normal livery? I think it's a normal livery. The Jota tube. I think you speak Dutch, or is that true? You can talk Dutch with me if you want. Spreek je ook Nederlands? Heathrow Aviation. Hello, welcome on board. Ja. Welkom allemaal. De vlucht in Turkije. Nou, zullen we de baan maar even enteren. Release the parking brake and looking for some traffic. Nothing on the runway. I'm gonna give a little bit power. I hope I don't forget something or nothing. Setting on the flight director set on. Firstly, we're gonna taxiing on the runway and making a backtrack, and then we turn back 180 degrees and making the departure. So we have to be careful before we exceeding the speed limits for taxiing, which is 30 knots on the ground. And Cemre, we're leaving this airport around about 2 minutes or 3 minutes, so we have to pass first the end of the runway and then turning 180 degrees and making the departure to heading of 270. Yes, you've got it. Nice. So looking some around, and you can see around the airport. Go sit on the co-pilot seat so you can see what better. Looking good. And at the left side there's all sea. There's the Black Sea. So this airport is on an island, so like Madeira airport. So we're gonna sit at the commander seat. Giving some power to the engines, so we're gonna go faster, a little bit faster, but not too rough. And at the end of the point we're gonna make the turn, so there is enough area on the runway that we're gonna make the turn. I think it was turning to left, but we're gonna see that in the end of the runway. Cemrevaartjes and Volkan. However, I'm going in begin December to Hoofddorp to visit, so maybe then we can watching planes by Schiphol. I hope so, my friend. Begin December. If you can do that in the beginning of the December, it's no problem. But I'm going to holiday at 9 December, so if you can do before or after that. So that's the point where we're gonna make the turn, so a little bit braking and give some more power with left engine, so we're gonna make easier the turn to right. Beautiful lights on the runway. So we're lined up with runway 28. I'm also setting the parking brakes and setting the lights on, and left and right pack turning off for more power for the engines, and attending all the people. Turn on the landing lights, and there we can go. Enjoy it. Giving full throttle. V1, rotate. V2 positive rate, and gear up. Selecting the autopilot, and let's do everything with the autopilot. Looking to the right, it's very dark. Looking to the left, beautiful scenery, and it's a little bit turbulent in the sky. So we're gonna reporting airborne at 1500 feet. So everything goes good. Left engine and the right engine. As you can see, the speed is rising up, which is good. So we, after 10 seconds, we're reaching flap 1 speed limits. So we have to select now flap 1 before we exceeding the speed limits. So people, have a nice flight. Thank you, 320 Flyer. I love you. Thank you for visiting. And don't forget to give some like, and we're gonna pulling up, flaps fully up, so we reached 220 knots. And people, I'm so very happy that you're gonna check out my live flight, and look at that, beautiful. And the clouds are hanging low, as you can see. Beautiful place to become here, and we're gonna setting off the RTO brakes and turn off the landings lights, and the gear turn off, and left and right pack set to auto. So that's all for now, and we have to wait until so the speed is not going very well. I don't know what's the problem now. So exceeded 250 knots, so we're gonna get some pilot penalty points for that. But I have already installed the speeds, but I don't know why it's doing something crazy. So we're reaching the altitude 9,000 feet, and we're gonna selecting flight level 320, which is very easy for us because there is no ATC or something around us, so I can do what I want to do now. And I hope it's going very well. But I don't know, the speed is going again to 300, so I'm gonna checking the FMC what's the problem that the climb is not selected, but I know that I have selected, but it's suddenly gone, so I'm gonna setting again, but invalid entry. They don't want to work with me, so I'm gonna turn it off. I'm flying manually this time, and after passing 10,000 feet we can... Yes, there it is, the beep sound, that's the 10,000 feet. So we're turning off the lights, turn off the logo lights also, and also forget the strobe lights before takeoff. So that's another point, we're gonna get some pilot penalty points. I'm very disappointed. Is your channel name based on Hakan Şükür? A little bit, but the Bull of Bosphorus means the bull is the airplane, you know, where I'm flying in, because it's powerful, and a bull is also powerful, so I'm calling this airplane a bull. And this airplane is mean to base airport in Istanbul, and the Istanbul is the place of Bosporus. So I'm calling Bull of Bosphorus, and that's the reason why I am calling that. But also Hakan Şükür, they another player of soccer player from Turkey, people call him also Bull of Bosphorus, but that's not really what I mean. Flight sim deck might be some tailwinds. Looking, yes, we have wind from our tail with 12 knots, and I think it's gonna more, and let's request some high speed because we are above 10,000 feet, so we're gonna speed up a little bit to 305 knots. And also it's beginning colder at this altitude, -2, so I'm gonna setting the wing anti-ice and engine anti-ice as turn on. And I just let the lights turned off. But if you want to see the lights turned off, please ask me via the chat, and I will do that for you. And other questions are all welcome. I'm trying to do my best at this flight. So until now the flight goes very well and looking great, man. Jemre, are you still online here? My friend. Abo, what happens at the left side? It's amazing. Yeah, as you know, at my flight, Flog number 2, I've flown. Sorry, just a moment. We're passing flight level 180. So the QNH setting to standard and the altitude is okay. What I say was last time in my vlog number 2 at 1 hour and I think it was 38 minutes. We saw another traffic in the sky. I recommend to watch that video also. It looks very great because some traffic they passed me from 11 o'clock, and I don't know if you saw that on my vlog number 2. Please check it out after this flight. You can do that. And also I recommend to your friends and other people to get on this channel, watch my videos, and all the questions are welcome. I hope you to help you with all the questions, and also we can talk about aviation and everything what you want. So happy to see you people on board, and let's go, continuing the flight. Are there people at this channel now? I see 4 people. And my runway, I am there. Hello sir, hello. My runway, I am there. Hello. So we're gonna checking if you want to see what time we're gonna go arrive the destination airport. Checking at the progress page at 90:37. We're gonna arrive the airport with 2000 of fuel. 90:37, so about 66 minutes. If you look to the UTC time, it's 80:31, and it looks amazing in the sky. We are still at flight level, we're passing flight level 230 now, and there is still no other traffic on the radar as I can see, and no other ATC. So what we're gonna do now? Looking around us and doing nothing in the cabin, or maybe walking around. Last time I did that, but the looking was not good, so as you can see, so we're gonna do another look. I'm pressing, firstly looking around. As you can see, a little bit turbulent, a little bit. But that's not a problem for this heavy airplane or medium airplane. It's very powerful. So I'm gonna make some walk around in the cabin and saying hello to the passengers. Hello, hello, hello, I'm your captain. Hello. The meal was good on board. I think so, because people are smelling. Wow. Looking around, looking around. I'm gonna sit here so I can look from here. As you can see on the passenger seat, you can see some little bit turbulence. It looks amazing. Hello, Samsung. Would you like to see Samsung? We can go run to the cabin, run to the cabin. You want to see Samsung? Not yet, but I'm seeing Çorum. Which is Charlie Romeo Mike VOR. Zoom out a little bit. I think it's flying 30 minutes. Have a look in the FMC. Where is Çorum? Istanbul. I think we passed. It doesn't say that, isn't there? Çorum. CRM is Çorum, but I don't know. Look on the map. Toyota Tube. I looked for you. I think Çorum and then Samsun, or Samsun is on the left side. And if you look to the left, you can maybe see it. And looking to the left engine and the left wing. My runway, how long does the flight take? 5 minutes ago I checked that at 90:36, so about 1 hour. We're gonna make the landing at Istanbul airport, so we have 61 minutes, as you can see. And I can check also again for you. It's now 90:37, so about 1 hour we landed on our destination. So looking around, and we waiting because there is no action, therefore you give some questions or another thing. And because it's dark, I can't see everything on the ground, and that makes it realistic. And loving to flying blind with the airplane, and it's very exciting to do that. But at the approach, maybe there are a little bit traffic flying around Istanbul, so I'm gonna checking out via my application into the sky on the phone of Ivao, so I can check if there isn't traffic. I'm looking. I see we passed Samsun. We passed that 2 minutes ago, and flying still at flight level 320, and everything is normal at this point. So looking around, and I hear some beep sound, which is we are still climbing, and we have got 1,000 feet to go to our cruise altitude. And let's look what's the next point. On our right hand side, we're flying above Bafra. Bafra sounds very rare, because if you translate it in Dutch, it's some crazy word. I don't want to say it because it's unrespectfully. Still continuing flying, and we setting on the radar left and for the right, so we can check if there is some turbulence. Weather X turned on. Airshow World, hey from Airshow World, welcome on board, and don't forget to give a like, people. I see some people come here and looking and gone, but don't forget to give some likes, because that's very important. And I like people that give some like, and I always support my friends on YouTube. So Airshow World, hello sir, how are you doing? Are you still here? Say something if you are here, and I hope you enjoyed the last flight, the shout out what I've done for you with the F-16. many people love that, flying with the F-16, so I hope you loved that also. And checking around. Oh, what is that? Nothing. That was nothing. So still at flight level 320, which is an altitude about 9.7 kilometers above the ground level, and the wind at this altitude is normal, coming from 3 o'clock from us with 8 knots. And after 92 nautical miles we're passing the INB VOR, which is in the real life where I'm living in Turkey and going to holiday. So my family is living there at INB VOR. But I'm actually living in Zaandam. It's a place in the Netherlands, and if there are some other questions, please ask me, and I'm trying to give an answer. Turn off the doom lights. Airshow World, I'm so happy that you love that, and I'm also happy that I can give some shout out to you and simulation and aviation. And thanks for that, guys. And I'm seeing that the subscribers goes up with that promotion of my trailer on your YouTube channel, so thanks for it. And I see that it's a little bit dark in the cabin, so I'm gonna turn on for you the doom lights turned on, so you can see better in the cabin what I'm doing and looking around. Looking again and checking if there is an ATC. Still not, and no traffic. Okay. As you can see, the heading is also 280, which is to the west, and we don't make too much movements to left or to right, and we're flying comfortable. And Airshow says not a problem. I put a link on my live feed yesterday, so let's hope for even more subs. Keep it up. Thank you very much, Airshow World. I love the way that you're doing that. Thanks, and I'm hoping to grow up speedily and hoping that people enjoying this on this channel and my flights, you know. And sometimes I have the possibility to do live flights, so I'm liking to do that. And I'm trying to do 1 or 2 times in a week live flights, if it can. And otherwise every Saturday I'm, as you know, placing and uploading a new video on my channel. Hope to enjoy these videos and liking also. So I'm gonna send in some text message to my friends. If you still have a moment for that. Have a look how we can do that. Firstly, I'm gonna send all our friends a text message that I'm flying live so they can enjoy the flights where I'm doing. So if we wait a while, we can expect some friends on the channel, and costs some time to do that, so we have to wait a little bit with all people coming and watching. So I'm hoping that people is coming and watching. I don't know, I'm seeing 4 or 5 people is at the channel live chatting. I don't know who that is, but I hope you enjoy the flights. And I don't know what to say, so please, if you have a question, please ask me, and I'm trying to answer that. What is your PC configuration? My runway. I think I have a Intel Core i7 3.2 with memory card of 24. And I have a very good video card, which is from 80 Radeon 6900 series, and with 4 gigabyte memory. Yes, with 4 gigabyte memory, and that's a lot of power for this PC and using on the flight simulator, and it works very good. The Yota tube, I don't saw it, so I'm scrolling back to the text. Heb je wel eens met Turkish gevlogen in het echt? Ja, natuurlijk. Ik heb in het echt gevlogen met Turkish Airlines, maar niet zelf gevlogen. Wel als passagier. Maar ik denk dat ik het wel kan doen als ik achter het stuur mag zitten. Alleen dat gaat in het echte wereld niet zomaar 1, 2, 3. Want je krijgt niet zo'n vliegtuig mee. Dat snapt u wel. Jawel! Ekaitz Ernais Cardona, hello from Spain. Si senor, hello. Welcome on board, and I hope you enjoy this flight. Please give a like if you like it. And the Yota tubed, nice, thank you. And looking around for you, this is the add-on airport. As you can see from here, it's lighted up a little bit. That's not a good add-on, but I need that for the add-on airport because it's a part of from Turkey. So I'm hoping to get in the future a better airport for the uploading to this scenery, which is for the LTAL, Custom on the Airport. That was in my vlog number 1. You can see that what I mean. My runway, sorry sir, I don't speak Swedish. I only speak English, Dutch or Turkish, and a little bit German, and that's all language which I can speak. So I'm gonna sending more people to come and join my flights. I hope my friends is coming and watching the flight so they can enjoy it also. So, and we're gonna check in the FMC. Where is the point that we're gonna descend? So the top of descent, as you can see at the right upper side, 149 nautical miles left, and at its 90:12, that's a time when we begin the descending to our destination. So as you can see, the airplane is turning to left, so we passed the IMB VOR, and the next point is Mimto, and we have got around 30 nautical miles for Mimto. So if you want to see around from the outside, please ask, I can do that. And oh, no problem. Do you also use Fraps or only OBS? I'm using OBS for live flights, and I don't try any other program because this is already good for me. And the Fraps, I'm using Fraps to record some flights, where I'm every Saturday placing on my channel. I'm doing this with Fraps. Ekaitz Arnais Cardona, when you have the takeoff. The takeoff already done, I think so, 35-40 minutes ago. And you heard that, sir? Ekaitz Arnais Cardona, I think about 35 minutes the takeoff was done. So hello bro, I mean, are you there? Okay, I invited some people from my phone to watch this video, and I see a lot of questions here, trying to answer it as soon as possible. And Actais Arnaiz Cardona says, sorry, my English it's not very fine, and I think mine is also not so fine, and I hope we can understand each other. Trying to do my best, and we can learn from each other, so don't worry about that. You're not only the one whose language is bad, so I'm learning it also too. And my runway says, oh, we also use flaps for recording our landings, etc. Of course, that's unmissable for that, so we always have to use that. It's a very important program for that. And he has another question: do you know if OBS has a better resolution or flaps? You can fill in that in the setting page. I have last time a video about that, but I'm not exactly sure how it works. Maybe you can look on YouTube how it works to get the best settings for that. But I'm knowing that there is a possibility to do that. And I'm reading Airshow World says, your English is fantastic. Thank you very much. I can speak and helping me out of trouble, and that's all. And that's the easiest way to talk English, and that's all, man. And you know, I'm trying to learn it and do it better, and you know, so we have got a little bit turbulence, but I don't see that on the navigation display, because I have turned on the weatherix, and I can't see any turbulation point, but we have a little bit turbulence, so I'm gonna attend the crew members. So great to see that there is some turbulence. If you want to look from the wing, we can do that now before we land it. And you see it, there is a little bit turbulence on the wing, swinging to left and to the right. I hope you can see it, because I'm seeing something darkness. Please tell me if you have great view from there. Let's look. Let's walk inside the passengers area. So, for people who's watching, hey, 2Vibe Star. Hey Bull, good flight. Thank you, 2Vibe Star. I'm loving that you are here. Thank you very much. Please don't forget to like my video, because I need that, and I love if people give some like. I really love that, and doing my best for you all to doing something crazy and enjoying the flight. You know, please tell me if you want to see another thing or a question, and I hope I can give some answer for it. And what I want to say was the upcoming Saturday video at 9 o'clock, which 8 UTC time. I'm coming with a tutorial about a few minutes. It's pretty cool, but it's unusual for a normal flight, but it's funny to see that. So I don't give any. I'm holding. I'm keeping as a secret, and don't want to give you some information about that. And have to see it Saturday, and I hope you enjoy it when it releases. Yes, thank you very much for your like to VIP Star, loving that. Thank you for enjoying my flight. Welcome on board. And if you need to know more information about the flight, please let me know in the chat room, and I will try to give answer as soon as possible. Let's have a look if there is an ATC at the aerodrome. No, not ATC, and there is no airplane in about 40 nautical miles around my plane. Okay, and we don't reach the top of descent point. From there we can select some settings for the landing, and I will let you know when I'm passing that point. It's still 20 minus 25 degrees. If we zoom a little bit here on the display, the true airspeed temperature is minus 25, but if we look into FMC, we can see that the temperature is so I missed the one. It's minus 52, so it's very cold. If you go now to outside, you will be instantly killing. So we're staying inside of the plane. You don't want to kill at this temperature. And let's have a look. The fuel. How about the fuel? We have total 2.6, which is 2,600 kilograms of fuel. Each other on the left side is 1.25, and at the right side 1.38. So we have enough for the landing, because at the landing at Istanbul we have 2,000 kilograms, so we don't have to use much fuel from here. So, what's going on there? Nothing specials. Yeah, that's all about now, and we will see what happens. As you can see at the display, the top of descent point is appeared. This point, we're flying now from here at the Three Angel point. Follow the line, and then at the TD, the top of descent point, we're gonna starting our descending, and we're gonna watch, and we will see how we do that. So I'm gonna preparing the descending and for approach for the runway. I think we're gonna use runway 05. So I'm gonna checking for the last time the LTBA ADIS information, which is the wind is coming from the north 360 with 7 knots, and if I fly to runway 05, I think it's normal, and at normal conditions, and I can do that. And we have more than 10 kilometers view, so that's not a problem. And we have few clouds at 1500 feet, and some broken clouds at 033, which is 3,300 feet, if you understand what I mean. and it's 12 degrees, and the dew point is 09, which QNH is 1027 with no significant change. So I'm setting the QNH from now to 1027. I'm doing that, and you can see 1027. So it's set. QNH is set for the landing. So, and the other thing what we're gonna do is we're gonna selecting from the FMC the arrival route. We have already done that, and I saw we're gonna do that at Pazar 1 Alpha. ILS executed and going to leg page, and we're gonna selecting Pazar and set it to this point, and we are executing it. Now from now on it's the flight plan is set to via Pazar and the runway, and we're looking to the unit reference page, and the ILS code for runway 054 is 110.30 with a heading of 054, and selecting the speed for the landing is 141 knots, so we do have +5, so actually we have to land with 146 nautical with knots. And I'm selecting the ILS code 110.30, so I'm gonna do that and set it to standby 110.30. Also doing the same for the co-pilot, who is not working and letting me do everything here. I'm very angry at him. So 110.30, Captain. Yes? Okay. So we waiting to set it to active. I see some questions. Channel says iyi konuş. Şenol abi merhaba, hoş geldin. Ne konuşmamı istersin Şenol abi? And Abuses Game say, he mate BullBosphorus. Hello. Hello Sir Abuse Games, welcome on board, and I hope you enjoy the flight. I think Şenol abi don't understand English, and he says in Turkish, talk normal. So I'm gonna talking a little bit Turkish with him. Şenol abi, alo, beni duyuyor musun Şenol abi? I'm asking to him if I can hear me. Abo, ne oluyor la? Şenol abi kızıyor herhalde. Şenol was here last 3 minutes, but I think he's gone. But we will hear what he's talking about, what the problem is with Şenol. So I have to check again to FMC, and the course was 054, so I'm gonna fill in that 054. Sitting on the co-pilot seat, setting also the course to 054. Yes, it's set it. Sitting back to my seat, which is the commander seat. I think we are ready for the descending. I think we have passed our descending point. No, not. It's changed to 163 nautical miles. So we're gonna flying further. Let's have a look. What's the problem again? Vatem. We are flying 2 times to Vatem. Vatem. You see? I'm flying from here to Vatem. Execute it. So now it's normal. As you can see, it turns back, and at this point the green marked TD, the top of descent, we will start from there, the descending to our destination. Emri Tanrı Över, hocam iyi uçuşlar olsun. Sağ olun kaptan, hoş geldiniz. Uğradığınız için bir beğeni atmanız yeterlidir. Çok teşekkür ediyorum uğradığınız için ve izlemeye devam edebilirsiniz isterseniz, zamanınız varsa ve bu uçuşları seviyorsanız uçuşumda kalmayı arz ediyorum. Sağ olun. And my runway says, are your FPS less than without the live stream? I don't know. Why are you asking that? I'm gonna checking out, and I'm seeing my frame rates are about 20 and 25, as you can see on the left side. But sometimes it can stuttering while flying, because I'm using a lot of programs like ASN for live weather and flight simulator and flying online at Ivao, and I'm also using YouTube with OBS to get live streams, you know, and that all is too much for the computer. And I'm selecting flight level 180 to make the descent, and we starting to descend to Istanbul. Yeah, some YouTuber says that the FPS is less if you leave stream. It depends on what your setting is at the OBS. If you're using a high settings, then it will go lower. But I'm using 2,500 on the setting for the stream, you know, and that's a high definition usage. But you can use also ultra high, but I don't use that because then it's go lower and slower, you know, and that's not what I want to have on this channel. So this goes very well, and Toyota Tube, the cabin crew is very friendly, and the mantel was very nice. Ja, zegt dat wel, Toyota Tube. Het smaakt heerlijk, vooral als je met Turks yoghurt eroverheen doet. Heerlijk. Manten, dat kun je echt overal in Nederland kun je zelfs kopen. Als je meer informatie wilt, dan contact me even via FaceTime of Instagram of Twitter. Dat gaat je wel lukken, kapitein. And as you can see, people, we're already busy with the descending, and we are at the glide pad, still at flight level 280. We're approaching the Pazar intersection, and this is the place, the home place of Bull of Bosphorus. This is the Bosporus river, as you can see, but it's a little bit dark. You can see that. Checking out the radar, the terrain display setting on, maybe we can see it. As you can see, we're flying above the Black Sea still, so we have to fly a little bit further so we can see the home place of the Bosporus. Still not flying there above. We have to go until this point, from here we can see it from where 40 says. So making the left turn, let's have a look if there is another traffic or ATC. If we get some ATC from here, the tasks will be get harder, because we have to talk with that, and I have to talk with people on the chat. But we also have to do everything good what ATC asked me to do. So I hope that everything goes good, and I'm trusting that everything goes good, so I don't have that we're gonna expecting some problems. As you can see on the display, this side on the right is water. The blue marked is water, and the middle place where we're gonna fly is landscape, which is the Asia place from Turkey, and the other side is the Europe place of Istanbul. And the other upper side where it's blue, that's the Marmara Sea. So you're gonna see that all about few minutes. So we're looking around to see something special, but I can't see now because it's too dark now. If I did this flight at the daylight, you had to get more chance to see beautiful things. But I hope the next time that you're gonna see that. So we gaan even kijken wat we nog meer kunnen doen. We gaan eens even een zitje nemen op de co-pilootstoel. Klein beetje inzoomen. We gaan een beetje naar rechts kijken. Looking to the right wing. And sitting back on the commander seat. Our speed is a little bit too high. As you can see, the autopilot is trying to get the speed to 250 knots. But I can tell you that the autopilot is doing his work very well. I'm trusting the autopilot and let his job do everything by himself. And I'm gonna trying to make a automatic landing on runway 05. We're gonna use ILS 05. So that beeping sounds means we have 1000 feet to go for flight level 180. So I'm selecting a lower altitude, looking to the FMC and select another altitude. So we're gonna use Bravo Alpha 584, where we have to fly 220 knots, at 8,930. So I'm going to selecting this for 9,000. It's already selected. As you can see, at 9,000 altitude, and still waiting. So the QNH lights illuminating yellow, so we're gonna set it back to where I said QNH 1027. It's set it, and the altitude is setting back to transition altitude. Let's have a look on the navigation display. So we have some indication which heading we're gonna fly and what we're gonna do. I'm telling you, we are flying in this heading to 257 at this moment, and then at Vatom, the VATOM, we turn a little bit left and then fly straight around 11 o'clock, and then we're turning back and going for runway 05. You see another traffic below us, and he is climbing. You hear it? You see that traffic? So we look around, but I can't see it. He must be careful. So we're gonna look below us so we can see maybe where he is. I can see it. Where he is. He should be around here. I can see it. He's gone. But he's still coming up, so he is here. He's exactly below me now at this time. Have a look. I don't see him. So let's get back in the cabin. And no, really is gone. Maybe we can see another traffic. I'm gonna use some spoilers to catch this glide path. See that there is some traffic below me. So I'm going to report that I'm flying, heading to traffic, heading 234 for ILS 05 LTBA at flight level 130. So we have to make sure that we're gonna select the next point after the BA588. So we're gonna deleting the vector point, setting the CI05 at the place of Victor and executing. Now you can see this place is replaced by that, and you can see that the turn is to right after the BA588. So I'm gonna try to fly at CI05 at 2600 above. So I'm gonna selecting that from now so I can do that. 2600 before we gonna start with our approach speeds. And everything is set and checked, so only what you have to do is wait and so we're gonna zoom a little bit here on the navigation display. I hope the traffic is not so much here, but we're gonna look. There's still not ATC at Istanbul Tower, and we're gonna still descending, but we have to descend faster because we're a little bit too high to catch these glide path. So I'm gonna descending a little bit faster with 1800 feet per minute until and also you have to try to hold your speed at maximum 250 below 10,000 feet. So we're reaching now, we're around 10,000 feet, so we're gonna have to turn our landing lights and the strobe lights, as you can see. So I'm gonna setting it back to VNAV, and you're gonna hear the beep sound after passing 10,000. Yeah, there it's the beep sound, so we turn it on, landing lights on, runway turn off lights left and right on, taxi lights on, and the logo lights on. Position setting to strobe lights is holding there, and wing lights, the wing and the wheel lights turned on. And also setting off the wing anti-ice and the engine ice turned off. So we're flying with 220 knots, still not at the glide path, so we're gonna descending further with 1800 feet per minute. Alright, guys, I hope you can see a little bit clouds here to enjoy the flight, and from my side it's looking great because I can see some clouds, but if I look at my iPad to review the live light, it's very dark. Please, people, let me know if you see too much dark on your display, so I'm gonna trying to do that better next time. And continuing descending, we have selected. We passed the glide slope, so I'm retracting the flaps back. Are they still same people here? Please say hello to my friend. So I know that I'm not alone in the airplane. All the people is here at the chat room. But I'm seeing 6 people is online and loving that, man. Now 5, no problem. Merhaba, merhaba Toyota Tube. Hoş geldin. Airshow World is also still here. A great job to stay also here. And so that's meaning the people is enjoying this flight. So about few minutes we're gonna diving into clouds. You can see several clouds. And now we're gonna make the turn to right. Looking from the right, you can see that there are several clouds. Jumping back into the flight deck. Here at this point we have to decelerate or speed fastly as we can, so I have to do everything as fast as possible. And looking for the last time if there's an ATC. There is no ATC. And also selecting if there is another traffic. I see that there is the other traffic is climbing, so I'm gonna report that I'm gonna make approach at 05. Out of the traffic, 5,000 feet. Approach ILS 05. So I'm gonna selecting the speed, setting reducing to 200 and using some spoilers. As you can see, the spoilers also deployed. And setting to 180. I'm doing this because we're descending a little bit too fast, and the much you faster you descend, the speed goes a little bit up, so I have to use my spoilers. And we're below the flap speed, so I'm gonna use firstly flap 1. And we're reaching the speed 180, so I'm gonna setting the flap. No, I'm gonna setting to 160. It's maybe easier for me. As you can see, we're flying in the clouds, and you can't see anything here. It's very wide, as you can, But at this point, I'm gonna setting the frequency to active mode. I set it, and I have to wait until reaching 2,600 feet, and then immediately reducing the speeds and selecting flap 2. Now we can select flap 5. And get back the spoilers in. So I'm gonna pushing on approach button. So I push that, and as you can see, the airplane is still descending, and with 160 knots. So I'm gonna setting back to what was the speed. Fast looking in the FMC unit page, you can see 30 degrees and then 140 knots plus 5, so 145. That's the land speed, the approach speed. And we're gonna land on runway 05. That will be great landing. if there is no problem with freezing or crashing the flight simulator. I don't hope so. So I'm gonna selecting flap 10 and looking, we have to use flap 15. Flap goes to 15 and we're lowering the gear. And we can use flap 25. You can see the auto throttle is going automatically to upstairs to hold the speed. So we have reached speed 145, so I'm gonna setting the flap to full 30 degrees. Still not on the localizer, but we are waiting, and as you can see the glide slope is coming near to us. So it's a little bit turbulent, and again it will go wide and we're flying into the clouds. So it's beautiful that we can use our ILS approach. Frushik Borat, hello sir, how did you make your flight simulator look that? I can tell you that later, because I'm at this moment stressful at the approach, so I have to keep my concentration at the approach. Please, if you have questions, go to Facebook or Instagram, post it there later and I will check out. Do that please, because after the flight I can't forget it, because there are too much questions. But I see that we are full established on the ILS and selecting the autopilot command A and B together. So we're gonna make a full landing, automatically full landing approach. Thank you sir, and please enjoy the last minutes of the flight, because we're at the approach at 2000 feet, still at the point to land the aircraft. As you can see a little bit lights there, and you see that we are below the clouds, looking very great. So we have to set the auto brake to 2 and setting the spoilers to arm. As you can see, the runway is still in front of us, and there is another airplane taxiing on the ground. It's an Airbus from Turkish Airlines. Looking to the runway. See the cross lights. Beautiful to see that. So this is the late stage of the landing. Mr. 1704, can you dim the cockpit lights? Should I do that? Would you like that I have to do that? Yes, I can do that. I dimmed it and you can see it now. As you can see, let's have a look for the last time to the airplane. Turkish Airlines Airbus. So we go look in front of us. I'm doing the automatic landing and not turning off, because I want to relax on my seat, so I'm gonna sitting and watching how the plane does it. So, touchdown and spoilers, immediately using reverse thrust. And 60 knots. retracting the flaps and the spoilers, starting the APU, turn off landing lights and turn off the strobe lights. Also Charlie mode turned off. And we are on the ground at Istanbul. Welcome at Istanbul. Temperature with 13 degrees. A little bit sky, of a little bit clouds around us, and the time is 19:41. And welcome at Istanbul. And now in English, please, hostess. Mr. 1704, here you are, and did it with pleasure. I hope you enjoyed it. Look at that car. Crazy Turkish man, he's driving in the car and he will not stop for the airplane. There are more drivers here, they will not stop for the airplane, so we have to be careful here at this airport. It's a crazy airport here. So we're at the airport and just waiting for the startup, the APU. Yes, it started up, and turning off the terrain. So I'm gonna searching for the parking, and I see that there is an airplane right middle of the taxiway. So I'm thinking he is using an old texture of Istanbul Ataturk Airport. So that's the reason why he is staying still on the taxiway. So I'm gonna wait for him, or not, or I can make a left turn or right turn. Where should I park? I'm asking to you people, where should I park the airplane, left or to the right? I'm seeing the Shira 8 or 217, which is for the gates. So tell me where I should park the airplane. Where you want to park? Borat says to left. So okay, we're gonna go to Shira 8 this way. Okay Borat, I'm doing this for you. Parking for you to the left. Okay, no stress, no problem. We turn to left. That's a great place. So we have to do this carefully. As you can see, the airplane is parking. Now it's parked. We setting the parking brakes and turn off left and right engine, and using the APU so nice parking, thank you very much. So the shutdown is parking brake set, engine start levers cut off, is also cut off, passenger signs. I have to turn on the lights for better sight, so turning off the passenger signs, turned off. Hydraulic power as required, we don't need it, so we turn it off. Anti-ice also turned off. Prop heat turning off. Window heat is turned off now. IRS as required. Let it stay on, and the fuel pumps, turn it off. Left and right fuel pumps turned off. Anti-collision light, it's turned off. Transponder standby packs as required. We turn it off. Left and right packs turned off. The engines are at 0, so we're gonna set off the anti-collision light. It's turned off. So further than this I'm not going, because I'm not securing the airplane, and I'm stopping right here. Very good to see you next time. Airshow World, thank you very much. And Mr. Aviator, hoş geldin hocam. Uçuşun sonunda geldin. Ama teşekkürler. Bir beğeni atmayı unutmayın. People, thank you for watching my flight. And welcome at Istanbul. Look at that bus. Crazy bus driver. And thank you. If you have any questions, you can ask me. Facebook, Instagram or Twitter. People, thank you and see you next time. İzlediğiniz için çok teşekkürler. Sorularınız için ve cevaplarınızı almak için Facebook, Instagram, Twitter'dan beni ekleyebilirsiniz veya sorularınızı oradan sorabilirsiniz. Thank you very much. Adios amigos. De Toyota Tube. Ik zie je weer next time. Tot de volgende keer.